forget the starters, V. Frostlass has snow warning.
Team Rocket has a rocket ship? What?
I'm fine. I didn't spend 2.5 hours making damn elevators. It's fine. Is Mirabé's head supposed to be a Voltor?
Popping the cherry is crazy. We are back, everybody. Another episode of Baton Pass. Who would have thought? Happy Friday. Welcome on in. Oh my goodness. It has been crazy. Just right off the bat, happy April. I believe this is our first episode in April.
Happy April.
Steph and V here are here to talk about Pokemon once again. Who's surprised? Who's surprised at this, truly?
V, is it true? Are the rumors true that Pokemon Champions has just come out at the time of this episode coming out?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I think by the time, it would have been a couple of days, like literally a couple, like 2 or something like that. So if you guys are playing Pokemon Champions, let us know. If you're on YouTube watching down below, comment down below. But otherwise, I hope everyone's having so much fun playing Pokemon Champions.
I want to talk so much about Champions. Now, here's our predicament, everyone. A lot of you know this. We mentioned it on a previous episode, but we have to record these a little bit in advance because both V and I are often off on adventures. Actually, some fun facts. By the time this episode comes out, I will be back from Memphis. So I'm taking a trip to Memphis to visit the St. Jude Summit, which is going to be really fun. But that means, everybody, that we have to sit and talk about all of our Pokemon updates and life updates right now because otherwise we can't. So, V, at the time we recorded this, we saw a bunch of previews come out for Pokemon Champions.
Yes.
And you and I have not gone to sync at all about Champions, what we saw. I watched a bunch of the previews. I believe you said you did as well,
yes.
V. How are you feeling after the previews have kind of dropped? With just everything that's come out?
I'm pretty optimistic. I will say I do have a couple of concerns, but I think that just happens in general. I've always been, well, not always. There's something about Pokemon and mobile apps specifically that I just get a little bit nervous about. But this is going to be a Switch launch first, so that's why I say I'm a little bit optimistic, right?
Yeah.
They're looking to optimize everything before putting it out on mobile devices. Everything makes sense. I think I have talked about this in the podcast. If not, I've talked about it definitely with you in person.
Yeah.
But I was always concerned that they had April 2026, but they never gave us a hard date. And I'm just why? And we were trying to predict as to why that was a thing. And then just bam, 2 weeks out, they're like April 8th. It's happening. I think it's 8th. But crazy. And the previews came out. I do have concerns, but I guess let's talk about the good things first. Yeah. Let's talk about the good stuff. I'm not going to lie, seeing Mega Evolution make a comeback for competitive stuff, I think is really, really interesting. I think that's honestly where peak competitive Pokemon happened. As a spectator, I don't compete as much. I think literally the last time I entered a tournament for anything was a local in Sword and Shield. It was a local in Sword and Shield, and I did not do well at all. I am not a competitive person, so I watched.
You did it.
I did. Right. I've been to a couple of tournaments, literally for fun, and I watch a lot of I basically watch every regional and I attend every international now, and I've been to Worlds ever since London in 2021 or 2022. I forgot what it was, but I'm a very avid watcher, and the Mega Evolution format is very, very exciting for me because that's the same format where Pachirisu won, right, back in 2014, and everyone talks about that. So I wonder if there's going to be a Pokemon that's going to rise up in the ranks,
Well, I think, okay, small correction that I think Pachirisu was 24. Wait, was that X and Y though?
Yes, it was. It was X and Y. Because think about it, it was Talonflame, it was X and Y. Yeah. There was Mega Lucario.
Right.
Yeah.
I was about to be actually, I have misinformation. Oh my god, that was X and Y. I just always think Pachirisu and thought that was Black and White era of competitive Pokemon. You're right.
I'm pretty sure it was the first tournament of X and Y. So it's there was Mega Lucario in there. It's Mega Gardevoir, Mega Gyarados,
oh my god,
and that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's the first tournament of X and Y. The point is, It was in the X and Y era.
Some iconic things have happened in Gen 6. That's the point. Some iconic things have happened. So with the resurgence, I think there's a lot of potential.
We're going to see some really interesting stuff. I mean, we just saw the new abilities for the ZA starters, and I know people were very excited about that stuff. What are your thoughts about it? I know you want to chime in.
Forget the starters, V. Frostlass has snow warning. Mega Frostlass ice types are going to rain, I hope. I'm so happy for Frostlass getting snow warning. I'm like, yes, more snow warning Pokemon. I don't remember the abilities of... Wait, do I remember them? No, I don't remember the abilities for the starters. I just saw Frostlass. I called it a day. I saw Mega Dragonite had multi-scale, which was kind of anticlimactic given that Dragonite already has that as an ability. So I think they didn't want to make Mega Dragonite any more OP.
Sure.
Off the top of my head, the abilities I remember was Frostlass because I popped the heck off.
Did you? Were you really excited? So like, are you trying to run like a hail team? Is that like the plan now?
Always. Because here's the thing, V. I love ice types. Also, oh my God, podcast listeners, I have the life-size Glaceon in the backdrop.
Oh, yes.
Those of you who follow me on my personal socials, you already have known this for a while, but podcasters, you don't know that I have a Glaceon now.
Along with her 15 other Glaceon plush, it is definitely the life-sized one. My partner just recently got the Leafeon life-size plush, and it took over the couch. So that's super fun. That's super great. But in terms of Frostlass, I feel like that synergy could be really interesting from a competitive standpoint, especially in doubles, because like, for example, if you run like maybe I actually don't know if it knows Aurora Veil, but that could be really cool if like snow warning on Mega Evolution, and then you just hit Aurora Veil, and then you just have maximum defense forever and stuff. But if not, you can also pair it with like Alolan Ninetales, and you could do some like really interesting shenanigans with snow warning, because it's not hail anymore. It's snow now. So I know it's weird. I know it's been like, for those of you who are just coming back to competitive, hail doesn't exist anymore. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. So I just think visually, again, I am very much a spectator at heart. I love watching like if a critical hit lands or like, you know, and so when it comes to a fresh meta, I love a fresh meta. So we got the Mega Evolutions coming back along with Generation, Generation 8 Plus. Coming to battle alongside Mega Evolution and stuff, because the last time we got Mega Evolution was during Ultra Sun and Moon, so that's Gen 7. Gen 8 and 9 Pokemon have not seen Mega Evolution, so I feel like adding those Pokemon in would be really, really interesting. Like, is Goldango still going to be, like, really strong? Are we still going to see, like, Rillaboom and, like, Incineroar? Like, all these big titans of the meta? Like, I'm very curious.
Okay, speaking of Incineroar, that was another topic at the time of us recording this, is that Knockoff wasn't present in the moveset list for Incineroar. So the question is,
nerf?
Is it a nerf? Is it not? I mean, I don't know. V, as a spectator, I don't know. Do you have thoughts on, I guess, certain moves not making it to champions? Or are you hoping that just every move ends up in the game? Or
I'm kind of like indifferent. I hope Metronome is in there just for funnies, you know? I literally just want to like battle alongside people and just click Metronome and just see what happens. I've always been a Metronome lover, so I just feel like I don't know. I would assume every move's in the game. I actually don't know. I'm assuming when Champions comes out, people will know all of the abilities and people will know immediately what is the strongest Mega Evolution ever. But in terms of the starters, I mean, Ember got Mold Breaker. Yay.
That's right. That's right. That's actually pretty fire. I think that's pretty cool.
It is, but it's not as incredible as the other two, because Feraligatr got Dragon Eyes, I believe it's what it's called, which is basically all normal moves become dragon moves, which would be Stab for Mega Feraligatr, which is like really, really, really good. I think Feraligatr knows, I could be wrong. Someone's going to correct me, but I think Feraligatr gets like Double Edge, like moves like that.
Oh,
so it's
that's
like, imagine
sweet.
a dragon type, like Double Edge, like going crazy, and it knows Dragon Dance. So it's just like
that's really good.
That's real nasty.
We've seen similar before. So in the competitive scene, you know, Sylveon using Hyper Voice. The only reason that would work for anyone who's like, why would Sylveon use a normal type move, was because it also had an ability that would turn normal type moves into fairy type moves, which is like super solid. So I forgot. And then Meganium is getting the biggest buff of all time. Okay, you saying that reminded me of what all the abilities are. Getting what, Mega Soul, right?
Mega Soul.
one turn solar beam. It just acts like the sun is out when it uses 2-turn sun moves.
It's any move that has some buff that has to do with the sun. It activates as if sun exists. So in theory, Steph, you could have a snow warning team and then also Mega Evolve Meganium if you want, and then it still works under sun. Meganium's Weather Ball could be fire type against all this stuff. So it's really interesting that what everyone thought was the weakest starter in the entire Pokemon franchise is now getting the biggest buff, I think, arguably for any starter ever. I think that's great. I think that's so good. Very, very healthy.
Let's go, Meganium fans. Listen, ZA made me love Meganium even more. There's something about Mega Meganium and the fluffy flower neck that Meganium has that just brings me so much joy. I'm Team Meganium now forever.
Listen, I'm just saying, shout out to the fellas who thought it's a girly Pokemon, but now its ability is probably super busted, and now you have to use the girly Pokemon. I'm just saying, have fun. It'll be super.
V, do you have any Champions content plans? Are you diving into Champions?
I would like to. I'm going to be honest. This game is coming out soon. Well, for you guys, it's already out. And I have not built a team yet in order to climb the ladder. So I'm a little bit nervous. I feel like I have to hop back into Scarlet and Violet and those kinds of games in order to properly train a team to bring it up and stuff. So I haven't booted up Scarlet and Violet in a while, but honestly, I might need to. I do want to climb. In terms of I really want to do doubles, but I'm also really curious if we can do single battles. I remember watching a lot of 6v6 single battles back in the day on mainline games, and I would honestly be kind of discouraged if we can't do 6v6 battles, single battles.
Everyone's hoping for an adjustable timer, right? That's the big thing we don't know.
Honestly, the timer, I don't really care that much about, if you want me to be honest. I just want to do 6v6 online. I'll figure it out. Honestly, a lower timer will kind of be good to get away from the stall meta. I don't like stalling Pokemon and stuff. So I just hope that that's an option, right? Options are good. If I can do that, great. But I'm down. I'm down to climb the ladder, especially since, again, Steph, I love a meta where no one knows what they're doing. you know?
Yep.
It's we're gonna figure out those abilities that day, at launch, and we'll figure it out, I guess, which Mega's the best one, and what synergies are gonna blossom from this. I'm pretty excited. I'm so excited to watch the tournaments, and
there's already so many grassroots tournaments that are happening. So I saw that there's a community-based one happening, and 6,500 people entered.
Wow.
There's a couple of content creators and members of the community judging it. It's a big grand festival that's happening towards the end of April, but they had to cap the signups, so it's one of the biggest grassroots tournaments that's happening.
I can't sign up for that one. So good luck to anybody.
Good luck to everyone in the festival and everybody working hard to make that happen. I'm excited to watch. Actually, I had a few people being like, Steph, are you going to enter? Steph, are you going to enter? And I'm like, I think I need to de-rust. I'm really excited for Champions 2V. Also, it was interesting seeing, it looks like one of their mechanics is recruiting Pokemon, which for anyone who has just not been keeping up with Champions, there's the route of using Pokemon Home and doing what you've always done with competitive, where you get your Pokemon in the main series games, and now what you're going to do is, rather than put them into Pokemon Home, you put them into Pokemon Home to then bring them into Champions. So if you've got all your favorite competitive Pokemon already, you can get them, bring them in. You don't need to do anything else in Champions other than click the battle button. But for people, especially maybe newer mobile players who might not have, previous Pokemon games, or just anyone who's using Pokemon Champions as an entry point, they're allowing them to once a day, kind of gacha style roulette, recruit a certain amount of Pokemon to then be able to build kind of a random team to then start ladder climbing with, or start going through and playing with it. And it's really interesting because I think for me, I see the appeal of that, and especially team builders, those who have the eye for strategy are I think that's a really fun mechanic for those types of players. But one thing, and I guess a little bit of background context, I'm about to soapbox to you, V, because I have many thoughts. It's time.
No, go for it. It's fine. I feel like this is kind of something that you would be super into, because you've done, actually, I would argue you've done more competitive than I have. So I'm down to listen to you yap about Champions right now.
I would like to say I am a hardcore casual when it comes to competitive. I am never going to qualify for the World Championships, but I have played. Never. Yeah, true. But I've not shied away from competing, and I have kind of gone through a multitude of like VGC style draft leagues, and I've done local tournaments, and then I've done online tournaments. So I've actually had, I would say in 2021 especially, I was like in it. I was deep in the competitor mindset. And so I learned a couple of things from my time in competitive. And one is that there are amazing team builders. And then there are pilots of teams where you can be a fantastic player, but you don't necessarily have the part of your brain that's like, okay, I'm going to craft this team, but you're really good at piloting the strategy that the team is supposed to do. And so it's interesting in the Pokemon community. I think the best of the best do a little bit of both. Like, they're good team builders and pilots of their own team, but there's also some who are self-proclaimed, I'm more of a builder, kind of like Mario Maker, right? You have Mario Maker people who make the maps and people who like to play it, right? And so the thing, bringing it back to the new champions modes with the recruiting Pokemon, I have never been a team builder. I love to pilot a team that someone else who is smarter than me is like, this has the core elements to perform well at a tournament, or here's the synergy with each other, here are the different strategies you can use. And then I love making that my own and kind of playing it like I'm almost like its own little sub mini video game where I'm like, okay, I know the rules of this team. How do I get out of this situation and find my win con with what I know about it? And as I learn about like playing with the team through experience, I have always been horrible at like, okay, I have to randomly take these 6 Pokemon and now battle with them for the first time. That stresses me out. I think for some people that's really fun, but I think I'm predicting I am not going to touch like the recruiting thing at all. I think I want to get all my Pokemon in home. I want to have somewhat of an idea of how they play, and then I'm going to go on the ladder and figure it out. But I don't know, maybe champions, I think I'll experiment with the recruiting, but I'm just going to say it now. I think it's cool for people who don't have Pokemon to get Pokemon, but for me, I'm like, no, I need a plan. I need a plan to be able to do this.
See, Steph, I'm in it for a different reason, the recruitment thing, because you can get shiny Pokemon. That is confirmed.
Are you gonna shiny hunt in here?
Maybe. I will definitely do the recruitment as much as I can just to see. I'll just be like, because you get, from what I understand, you get 10 Pokemon at a time, and then you can choose one out of the 10 that you pull. So it's kind of like your Umamusume, I guess.
Crying. Oh! Okay, the smallest Baton Pass. Big Baton Pass. The smallest update. I have Smart Falcon now.
Yes!
And she's in the game.
Did you? Was it through the pity poll?
I spent $20.
No! Oh, no.
But V, I can explain.
Popping the cherry is crazy.
Here's the thing. V, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It was the anniversary thing, and it was the only way I was ever going to guarantee Smart Falcon ever again. Listen, V, I've been so broken Umamusume, I haven't been able to hit pity in 5 months.
Oh my gosh. I'm not going to edit it in the Baton Pass episode, but I really want to go back to all the times that you said I will never spend money in this game. Because you've said it multiple times in the Baton Pass series. This is incredible. Okay, we're going back.
I will no longer, yes, we're going back. I will no longer spend any money ever again, because otherwise Steph will just be disappeared one day. It's like, what happened to Steph? And it's like, she stopped being able to eat because she spent all her money.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, you can spend money in Pokemon Champions and recruit your shiny Glaceon that you're going to get in the 10 pool. Or the shiny Frostlass.
So, oh my gosh. Not that we have to go deep into it, but did you have any strong opinions or thoughts on the pricing models of Pokemon Championships being free to start, anything like that?
I don't know. There were some people that were complaining. I mean, understandably so. I am definitely for the opinion. I think it's a correct opinion when people say that Pokemon is an expensive hobby. That is 100% facts. Yeah. We can clearly see from Steph of Anime's life-size Glaceon. It is an expensive hobby. So I already pay for Nintendo Switch Online. That's unrelated to Champions. I don't think you need Nintendo Switch Online, but I already pay for Pokemon Home. That is already just like a little purchase that that just happens, right? So for me, it's just adding another thing to the Pokemon like subscription pile. I truly I had to pay for Nintendo Switch Online, I think, to do online and like Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield. I think that was the thing back then. So it's like I had to pay for subscriptions anyway. So I understand people's concerned about it. Yeah. It doesn't affect me. I'm just like, okay, if I want to compete or if I want to like get multiple Pokemon in Champions, that's just what I have to do. I'm not like, what am I gonna do, right? So I mean, I could, of course, not, but I think it'll nerf me. I think it'll nerf the full potential. So that's just where I'm at. And if you don't want to spend the subscription for Champions, that's you. And every player is different, right? So it's like, what are you gonna do? So I truly do not have an opinion. If you're gonna ask me if I'm gonna buy it, yes. But I think it's because I'm going to stream it. Like I have it's a different world for me. I'm going to be streaming the game. I want to experience the majority of it. I'm sure you might do the same thing. So
I think I'm gonna give it a try without it for a little while, see how far it gets me there. One thing that I'm grateful for is, again, my experimentation into other games outside of Nintendo has taught me that I don't like, a lot of people think it's just a Nintendo problem, but like all the adjacent game industries are doing very similar things and having battle passes and free to start games. And so I think comparatively, the pass is not as expensive. When you think about what is the cost of having PlayStation Plus, right? Or like an Xbox membership compared to the Nintendo memberships, I still think that we're in the realm of, I'm not crying yet. Like it's, I would rather like the one-time purchase type things, but also, given that this game is free to get going and get started with and is meant to mostly be this battle sim, like I'm going to wait and see, but I'm curious what everyone else has to say. So, everybody's listening, let us know. But I think, it's fun.
I understand having to be picky about like subscriptions and stuff, right? Like I am not happy, for example, small Baton Pass, but I'm not happy about the Crunchyroll increase.
Me neither.
That kind of got me upset. I think Netflix increased like twice in like, I want to say the past 6 months or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but like the point is like the prices are so it's like, what is the difference between that and like cable, right? It's, I had to cancel, unfortunately, my Xbox Game Pass because it started I think they brought it to like $30 a month. Month. And I don't play Xbox like that. You know what I'm saying? I am very grateful for Game Pass. I played a lot of games, a lot of really good ones through the Game Pass, but I just, I can't. I just can't. There's some things where I have to cut. I just have to. So, it's a little unfortunate. So it's like, it really is dependent on the person. I just think no one should bash another person for paying for said subscription of whatever you want to do. Like if competitive is your life and this is going to help you, you shouldn't bash that other person. So I don't know, just respect each other, everybody. That's all I'm saying. So
true that.
Otherwise, I'm pretty excited about Champions. I'm very I just want to watch the tournament stuff. I just want to watch and cheer and stuff. Actually, to go into your some people are builders and some people are piloters. I do find so much joy. I am not a good team builder, but I find so much joy in like, oh, you need, this IV like Indeedee with these moves. Let me make that for you. I am that person. I'm like,
if
do you
Pokemon
need me to?
Was My Hero Academia V, you would be support course. Like you would be like on those lines helping to build the Pokemon that we couldn't do without you. That's awesome.
Literally, someone give me like a team sheet and I'd be like, you'd be like, I need all these Pokemon. I mean, not including legendaries. I'm not going to do all of that, but like for like the regular guys, you know, like that I don't have to reset for like Enamorous every time. Like I'm not gonna do that. But if you need a good Frostlass, right? It's like I'll be like, oh, I'll get that for you, easy peasy. I think I find so much joy in EV training. I love EV training. I love breeding for like specific like IVs and things. I love like, and then the cherry on top is like getting all the moves together. You know, if it's like a specific egg move, I don't know, that scratches an itch for me. I can't explain it. I love that, but I'm a bad team builder. I can't make a team from scratch. And I'm a bad piloter. I can't play the game well. So, but if you want me to build a team for you, I got you.
I think you're better than you think you are. I bet if you entered a local tournament for funsies, I think that all of your Pokemon knowledge, it would surface. It would bubble in the front of the brain, and you'd do awesome.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I definitely have a lot more experience in like the Sun and Moon era. I think I played a lot more tournaments in Sun and Moon and Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. But like everything else other than that, I was just kind of like, I think I told you in this podcast, I ran Extreme Evo Boost EV team.
Oh, yes.
With Clefairy Baton Pass. So, that was
comes full circle to this. This was what was meant to be.
Yeah, sorry. Eevee knew Baton Pass, and I had Clefairy for Friend Guard just to help Eevee out. But anyway, Yeah, it was good stuff. So like I like making like really weird stuff, but it's the building. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
But into that what else has been happening? Small, well, it's not small, but big Pokopia update, because our last episode was all about Pokopia. By the time this episode comes out, we are both done with the game. We have hit credits, which is super duper fun. Truly, it's a 10 out of 10. It is a 10 out of 10. I think it is my game of the year, and it's not close. What do you think?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. And at the time we recorded our Pokopia episode, I thought that I had experienced enough about the game that I said, like, okay, like that was our episode. That's it. We're not done. We have so much more to talk about. I understand now when you were like just listening to me and you're like,
I was like, so girl, you were like, I haven't even unlocked cooking. And I'm just like,
you're like, there's so much to talk about. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been great. So I think, yes, let's just do a quick Pokopia update, deep dive talk. If anyone's somehow still playing through the game, you could skip to when we're done talking about this, but we're going to do a Pokopia segment right here to talk about. But yeah, the game, okay, it was so good, but you saw me streaming the ending of this game, and we gotta talk about this story of Pokopia, because oh my god, I felt like I went on a roller coaster ride, which was of my own doing.
Fair.
So the buildup of this game was incredible. So here you have the story. It's post-apocalyptic. The trainers and all the humans, because of some crazy climate disaster, is kind of the vibe I was getting, is that there were natural disasters happening. I think it's somewhat related to the environment going like crazy.
I think it's Game Freak's call out to the world to help fix climate change.
Yes.
I'm just saying, but anyway, let's move on.
No, I agree. I so agree. So, the humans decide to flee into space. And the Pokemon end up, because they can't bring all the Pokemon in the spaceships, they decide to like keep them in the PCs with special protocols that if the environment ever gets better, the Pokemon can get released, which honestly, on the writing aspect, like great forethought and thinking, like all of that was so awesome. Mm-hmm. So this is great. And it's all this buildup to like, what the heck is going on inside this like Team rocket ship? Like, because as you get into the game very early on, you see this like rocket that's like a half destroyed, like
it looked like a lighthouse. And when I first saw it, I was just like, oh, look at this lighthouse. That's a little weird. Oh, it's talking to me. Okay. It needs stuff. Okay, great. You find out at the end, it's a Team Rocket has a rocket ship? What? No way. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So the lore building was so good. I was so invested, V. And maybe this is because I've been watching too much anime and I was just playing Digimon and all these darker tone story games that I'm like, this is so suspicious. Why are they having me take a picture? And then like they're going to tell me that I'm coming with them. I was like so confused. And then I realized I missed a really important detail that we'll get into in a little bit, and you'll tell me if I've got it wrong. But here I was thinking, wait, so they're going to want me to get into the rocket ship before they take off. And I'm like, are they going to make it so that I, as the Ditto, have to leave all my Pokemon behind? Like, how's that going to work for the post game? Like, that's going to be crazy. There's no way that's going to work. So I was like, okay, where's the game going with this? I start spiraling so many thoughts. I'm like, no, I don't want to leave all my Pokemon friends behind. I'm not getting in this rocket. What am I doing? Why am I helping? Why am I helping Team Rocket at all? I'm like, this is not a good idea.
Here's the spiral.
Yeah, the spiral. Anyway, spiral sign. This rocket takes off. I don't come with. And I'm just like, what? That's it? That's the end of the game? I was like, all this build up to be like, who's inside this rocket ship? And I can't even see who's in the rocket ship. I was like, what? Worst game of all time, V. What's going on? And then I get the note at the end that talks about
oh my God.
Here's the part I think I missed. There were no people in the rocket. No. It was like Team Rocket's extra ploy to have extra materials and like fuel and stuff to go to the humans should they get stuck. Do I have this right?
I believe so. There is also, did you get all the human notes, the human records?
I might have missed some, but at this point, V, you can just tell me because I don't know if I'll ever find it.
From what I understand, and I don't know, I could be off on the lore aspect. From what I understand, he was building this. The Team Rocket Grunt was building this rocket ship, and the whole point of it was to send Team Rocket into space because they were, everyone else was going to space. But then they saw Team Rocket. They were like, we're going too. And they're like, no, you're not. You're Team Rocket. And so they're just like, what the heck? And then so they were like, we'll build our own rocket ship. That's gonna be so evil. We'll make our own. And I think what happened, there is a human note where basically Team Rocket got detained before they got all the materials in the first place.
Oh.
So, he was the Team Rocket Grunt, all those notes was like him posting on social media.
Oh.
Basically, the authorities got a hold of that. They found out that this was Team Rocket and then they apprehended it and the account was suspended.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think that it was set up. It's just there was no one in it. They literally got apprehended and those were pre-recorded messages just so someone, a goody two-shoes walks by and is like, I want to help with this thing. And so, I think it was pre-recorded messages. I think that's what happened. I don't know. But I could be wrong on that. That was my take on what I read on everything.
Yeah.
But you were saying that this game, that you were playing other games that have dark elements. This game has dark elements.
Well, yes, it did. But I thought, I guess my worst fears didn't come true, which is I was like, they're going to rip my Ditto. The worst fear I thought is that the Ditto was going to get into the spaceship alone, leave everyone behind, have to get on this rocket ship to go to the humans. All the humans are gone because it's been hundreds of years. So Ditto's alone on a new planet. And then all the other Pokemon are on Earth, and so that's my mind's darkest.
Actually, no. Technically, there was something in the rocket ship, and it was the Magnemite.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Technically, the Magnemite was in the rocket ship, and then when the rocket ship took off, Magnemite went.
He fell out.
Yeah. And that's what happened.
True. My good friend Magnemite.
Magnemite's powers is broken, everybody. I will say, if you are playing Pokemon Pokopia, please get to credits before you do any major building, because Magnemite has been helping so much. I have made so many builds on the way there, but before I'll talk about my builds, I will say, I think I mentioned in the last podcast episode, but I didn't explain why. I cried, Steph. I cried in Pokopia, like on stream, full tears. It was embarrassing, but it was like, it was real, right?
Yeah.
It was because I saw a note or two notes from the professor concerning Professor Tangrowth, and basically, I don't know if you read it, but I'm probably gonna break your heart right now if you haven't. Basically, they were getting ready to go to space, so Professor's with his family, and they were gonna head off, and then Magnemite, and then Tangela runs off. Tangela runs away, and I think Tangela wanted to go back home to where the professor, like where the professor was hanging out, but Tangela didn't know that they were leaving into space. So by the time Tangela got home, they were already shot off. Oh. And so the saddest thing I've ever read in my life.
Wait, is this the Tangela that becomes the professor, or is this a different? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tangela was never put in the PC.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I think I might have read the first part of this where they were like, oh, we can't I think I read something about like, oh, the Tangela, like, we'll come back for you or something like that.
Yes, there was one that they were like, basically they hope that, the people, the refugees that come back and check on the environment, they just find Tangela.
Wait, so why did the Tangela run?
I think it just wanted to go home.
Oh,
it wanted to go home, Steph, and so forget it. That broke me. It broke me, and I was just like, Tangela never made it to the Pokemon or to the PC, so it was just stranded.
Aww.
Which explains the trailer. There was a trailer where Professor Tango was walking around in the wasteland and is just like confused and just like by itself, and I'm just like, you have got to be kidding. Like, you've got to be joking. So I love Tangrowth now, everybody.
Yes.
Tangrowth is one of my, like, easily top 50 favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
I told people I want to shiny hunt for Tangela. Like, it got that serious. I'm going to go to the route underneath Pallet Town in Fire Red Leaf Green, because it's only Tangela in that route. And I'm going to hunt for a Tangela there.
Yeah, it's a nice shiny. It's green.
I think it's so good. I'm going to name it probably like Professor or something like that. But I've already solidified. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I was devastated. Devastated. And then you find out from another message, which is another reason why I was crying. You find out from another human note that the Pokemon in the PC, they're basically in like comatose. They're literally sleeping.
Oh.
So when they wake up, basically we're making these habitats, okay? And when we make the habitats, the PC is like, this is habitable for this Pokemon.
Right.
Release.
Yeah.
So it just releases the Pokemon. And so they're waking up. They're waking up.
That's so crazy.
And so I'm crying. This is so sad. And so they're just like, you're a human. No, you're not. Where are the humans? I was just asleep for so long. Let's play. And I'm just like, oh my God.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
So I'm sobbing because they don't know what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
They're just Pokemon. They're just confused. Yeah. And so I'm just, oh, Steph, that I streamed that and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, guys, I need to end stream because it was so sad. So heart-wrenching story.
Yeah.
Sorry for the spoiler cast, but we're here. But it is truly, I'm solidifying it right now. I think it's my favorite side game. Yeah. I think it's truly for me, it's beat out Mystery Dungeon. It's beat out like Coliseum and XD. Like it's beat out all of those amazing side games. Yeah. Amazing. But Pokopia, man. And then I'm still even playing it so much more afterwards because now I have Magnemite, I have access to full building and stuff, right? Yeah. So I'm just making these grand houses. I'm making like all these really nice habitats and stuff.
What's your current project? What's the current thing you're working on in Pokopia?
Okay, so this is interesting and I'm curious your thoughts on it. I have really bad decision paralysis. When you give me this much power to build, I don't know what to do. So my brain is like, this is crazy. So there's this Japanese trend, and shout out to Japanese Twitter because honestly, it's helped with my slump. But it's called 5x5 create. So 5 times 5 create. That's like the hashtag. Yeah. And apparently this stemmed from Animal Crossing New Horizons, but it could have been even before that. Basically, you give yourself a 5x5 square.
Yeah.
And you work to build whatever environment that you want for one Pokemon in that 5x5 square.
Oh, cute.
So like it kind of like makes you be creative with just this space. Yeah. And I've been like loving that recently. I made one for like a couple of Pokemon. I made one for like Squelvet, for
I think I saw your Arcanine. Was it Arcanine? Yeah, you had a lava background. That was so cool.
Yeah. So it's like I was just working with what I got. Chat was helping me with it. It was like really, really interesting to like rack your brain around, okay, you have this limited space. What can I do with it to like make it work and make it aesthetic for like a certain Pokemon? I want to make like a whole like quote unquote avenue of 5x5s for all the evolutions and just make it like different colors and stuff. I think that would be really interesting. So that's what I've been doing. That's been super fun. I don't know if you've been working on anything or...
Well, yeah, it's been very chaotic, my process. So first I was focused mostly on story. So I said, once I realized I could keep going with the story, I said, all right, I'm not going to focus on any of the towns. I'll do that later. And now I put that in procrastination bucket. But then I found out, I will say, I did self-Google it. Where's Glaceon? I need her immediately. So I Googled it. I cheated a little. I was like, Sarah B, where's Glaceon? Thanks. And so I found out that she was in Pallet Town. So as soon as I hit credits, I was like, no, it was before that.
I think.
It was definitely way before that. Never mind. I stopped the story. It was so funny. I was like just about to start all of the final Team Rocket stuff. And I was like, I'm going to go find Glaceon and I'm going to go to Pallet Town. So then I started like prepping and building. That took forever. They made Glaceon the hardest one to prep. All those dang lifts I had to make when I didn't have the materials.
You actually made the lifts? Steph, I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna make you face plant.
No, I know what you're about to say. I know. I've figured this. I made 5 of them, and then after spending 2 hours, someone's like, "You could just steal the ones in the
You could just take a photo.
What?
You could just go to the developer Dream Island and take a photo.
I haven't done that yet. I still haven't done the developer island. I should.
That's honestly really good inspiration. It's really cool what they did for some of the Pokemon like houses and stuff. And like they made like a whole. I saw like a tiki bar, and I thought that was really interesting. It was very cool. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Glaceon item exists in the. I could be wrong.
Oh, I could have taken a picture of the snow thing. No, and you have broken my heart. No, that's even worse than I thought. I could have just taken a picture of the snow, whatever.
Yeah. You could take a picture of anything in the game and 3D print it. This is fine.
I'm fine. It's fine. I didn't spend 2.5 hours making damn elevators. It's fine. That I don't even like, that are now in my ballot town.
No.
Well. To answer the question of what have I been up to since getting Glaceon and hitting credits, I've actually been spending a lot of time in my pallet town, and so I decided I wanted to make the freezing kit Glaceon's home. I didn't know what was going to happen until I did it. And then I was like, Articuno, get out. This is Glaceon's home.
Did you evict Articuno?
No, I made them roommates. So I made Glaceon's habitat in the freezing kit as intended for the queen. And then I said, okay, Articuno, you can stay in
you can live here. So you made it a house. And then I see.
Well, I specifically actually just put a fence, and then I put Articuno in the fence inside the freezing kit.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
So I built all 3 of the kits. They took so much land. I had to do a lot of work to do that, but I got all of those. Good. And now I'm kind of trying to build out my pallet town, but now I'm just chaotic. It's like, what do I feel like up to? I think right now I'm in a gathering resources because I want to be at a point. Well, I should really work on my storage. That hasn't changed. My storage is still terrible.
Okay, to make you feel better about the storage thing, maybe to give you some encouragement, you can paint the storage boxes. They don't have to be yellow. You can go to Smear Guru, and once you have the paint, you can paint it whatever you color. Some people have made rainbows, a whole rainbow row of all of their storage boxes, and so color coordinate. Yeah. So red is actual hard resources, blue is food,
that's smart.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been really inspiring me. I have not worked on my storage, but that's definitely something that I want to do in my pallet town. Some people have made underground, they dug underground and kind of made it an open cave and stuff. Yeah. It's been really interesting. Someone made it an actual like a shed, you know? Yeah. So it's a house structure, but it's just where all of the storage thing. It's really cool. So I think painting it has really inspired me to I think that's gonna be my next big thing. I didn't tell you my big project though, my gigantic project.
Yeah, what
that's
is it?
Done. I made a house for Chef Dente. Because I did the backstory quest for Chef Dente, and now I love her. She's the best. She's literally the best. I didn't care for a greeting a month ago, but here I am. So I kind of made her. I call it the abuelita house. So abuela is grandmother in Spanish, and so it's just basically a big very Spanish inspired house, very comfortable but it's all kitchen stuff. So it's kitchen, a whole bunch of different stoves, a sink and whatever. It kind of literally reminds you of grandma's house, especially if you're Spanish like me. Very simple. There's plants everywhere and whatever. And it's just a place. I put that giant party curry in there too. Yeah, so, because that's one of her things. And, it's just a really cozy, Spanish house. It's just really nice. Red flooring and, there's a whole bunch of stuff, hung up on the walls, different images and stuff. It's cute.
I want to visit. It's so funny. I want to visit your Pokopia. I want to say island, even though island's not the proper term. But that's what I'm calling it. But it's so funny because I just recently tried out some of the multiplayer just to test the Cloud Island stuff. V, have you done anything Cloud Island yet? I've learned a couple of interesting things because everyone gets one Cloud Island. Okay. And the cool thing is that people can play on it even once you've made it. up to 4 people can play on it at one time, even if you're not on it. So it's like a group project type of thing. The thing that is difficult though, that I learned is that you don't bring any items with you. So you got to start over from scratch.
From fresh?
Now, there's a couple of techs I've learned, like you could eat before, so like you could eat your potato hamburger steak so that you can like punch through or like you have your power-ups, but because you have to get all the fire type Pokemon again, you got to get your chop Pokemon, you got to get your build Pokemon all over again. I was like, maybe I should have started my Cloud Island a little sooner. I mean, it's exciting to me that I'm like, oh, like I'll be able to have like a multiplayer server that's like really fun with people, and I see some ideas, but I'm also like, oh shoot, I can't just invite people over and we quickly like build stuff. Like we got to kind of work on it long term.
Is it basically the size of Pallet Town, or is it like it like a clone of it, I guess? Or
it's not 3 islands. It's like one larger island, but it's they have the quadrants from each area. So there's like a Skylands like area with that kind of grass. There's a quadrant for the volcanic area stuff and that red grass. So you can get all the Pokemon a lot quicker than, because you don't have to do the loading screens, but it's all a little more condensed. It's all one giant island that has different spots. So
I have not tried that. So cool. I have a question then. Can you visit my Pallet Town, even though I've never made a Cloud Island before?
Yes. So what I learned is that these are 2 separate features, because you can invite people to tour your area, your Pallet Town, and all of your areas, like your Withered, your Bleak Beach, like people can come visit. However, they can't change anything and they can't build on anything. So like if you wanted, so you can't have anyone help you with your main file. But the Cloud Island is like complete sandbox, like full, almost like you and your friend get dropped in a Minecraft world. Like now you start together multiplayer without the plot stuff. It's just
it's
Pokemon
just building the stuff,
which I think is really cool. But I was like, oh shoot. So like if I think what's interesting is like, you could start an island with like 4 people, but then let's say people get bored, or after about a time people are like, all right, we're done with Pokopia. You could invite like new people to like play on that island, and you can choose, do you want to reset it? Like basically after every session, does it go back to blank, or it saves the progress? So I think because it takes so long, I'm like, I'm going to vote for mine to save all the progress. I'll just build, we'll just build and unbuild.
Can you delete it? Like, or
I don't know.
I was gonna say, because you said to start fresh. Like, I'm assuming that's. I guess that's what I mean. I guess you can then.
Well, you can set it so that when your friends leave, it goes back to like blank and it doesn't save any of the stuff.
Oh, I see.
But
that's interesting.
Yeah, it depends on your use case. I feel like they thought through different use cases, like people who want to do just like limited time playing with other people versus like I want a long-term project with people.
That's interesting. Okay. So, that's something I have to experiment with. I would love for you to visit my Pallet Town.
I want to visit your Pokopia.
What if I visit your thing? What do you have? What do you got to offer, Steph?
I'm gonna show you the like 5 buildings that I care about in the mess. Actually,
that's it.
Okay, you know what? Those on our Patreon. That's gonna be our next Patreon thing. That we're gonna visit each other's Pokopia Island and put on Patreon. So
that would be fun. I'm down for that. But in terms of that, I'm having so much fun. I still am not done with the Pokedex. That's also the other thing that I'm kind of doing on the side. There's a diploma at the end, Steph. I want that diploma to complete the decks. I want that so bad. So I'm currently at like 240 something. Ooh. I'm making big progress, but I still feel like I have so much because like how you got the legendary birds. There's more legendaries. So I'm just like, I have to figure out how to get those. I have no idea, and I don't want to look it up. That's the other thing. I don't want to look it up either. So that's kind of like my progress. Right now I'm feeling the creative itch with those 5x5s. Yeah. And then if I'm not doing that, I'm building habitats to like build the Pokedex up. Yeah. So that's the vibe. But I'm having stuff. This is a year round game for me. My backlog is so cooked.
We're gonna have regular Pokopia updates on the Baton Pass of what are you working on in Pokopia. I love it.
Yeah, maybe you get on Patreon you probably get hopefully some inspiration from our builds. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not super creative, but I try my best.
I think people will see my builds and then feel better about their builds. So like don't worry, I will inspire you by being like, I can do this. I can do this better.
We'll figure it out. But aside from Pokopia, you've been playing another Pokemon game.
Yes, what a time to be a Pokemon fan, V. I am doing my first ever Gale of Darkness playthrough on Nintendo Switch Online, testing it out. Oh,
very good.
I can't believe I've been spoiler free of this game series for all these years. I did not know the plot
after like all. 20 years later.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying it? Because it's funny how we were talking about Pokemon Champions earlier. That is like, they've been promoting double battles a lot. XD Gale of Darkness is exclusively double battles.
Yes.
So how do you feel about that in Gen 3 before the physical special split and all that craziness? How do you feel about all of it? I need to know your thoughts.
Okay, I have so many thoughts. Yes, and also I think this is so wholesome because you've just played it when it originally came out. I have no context about like how epic this was for the time it came out. All I know is I think the world building is really cool in XD. Like I am immediately kind of drawn into some of the storyline stuff.
Sure.
I was shocked. I was like, I'm stealing Pokemon? What?
Yes.
This is how you catch... I thought you still catch Pokemon the way you have always caught Pokemon. So I was flabbergasted. I was like, I'm stealing? And I was so... Okay, everyone's like making fun of me because first of all, like, okay, one sad thing is I'm sad that you can't pick your gender, in Pokemon games. Like, I'm but it is what it is. So then I was like, okay, what am I going to name my character? And then everyone's like, Steph, for lore reasons that we won't tell you, for spoiler reasons, you should name your character Edward. And I was like, from Fullmetal Alchemist, Edward? You want me to name my character Edward Elric? Elric? Why? And I was like, okay. And then I did a poll, and then my community said, yes, go Ed Elric. And I'm like, that's what I'm going to name my character.
Wow.
And then I realized, what the heck? I get an arm that allows me to yoink Pokemon?
Yeah, that's how it is. Oh, yeah, the snag machine. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear that, it's just good times for me. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I am a very seasoned Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness player, and Steph is fresh into it. So that's why I'm kind of like giving her the floor in this because I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah.
Like I think that's one of my favorite things about like just YouTube and just like content creation in general is just watching other people play my favorite stuff and see what they think about it. So please, Steph, go for it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the protagonist's name.
Yeah, I don't know their actual name.
Their actual name is Michael.
That's so random. Oh my gosh.
Japanese is Ryuto.
The whole way the shadow Pokemon mechanics work is really interesting. Like it was for someone who has been in this universe. I mean, I know shadow Pokemon and Go. First of all, okay, V, maybe you can help me get the timeline right because it's a little fuzzy in my brain.
Sure.
I thought that shadow Pokemon originated from the Celebi movie. ?
Yes,
but not really because it was
not really.
Different.
It wasn't like.
Is Coliseum the first like game that had this kind of shadow Pokemon, right? And is Go taking from referencing Coliseum?
Yes.
Aha. Okay. So I remembered. I always thought that Go is doing the thing from the fourth movie.
Wow. Yeah, they technically weren't shadow Pokemon TM. They were just like dark Pokemon, just like evil or whatever.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so they technically didn't have the term, but basically it was.
Because also in the anime there were some moments with dark Pokemon. Like there have been elements where we've seen that similar mechanics before. So anyway,
wow, that's cool. I like that.
I've realized, it all comes from Colo and XD. Also, it is a little weird for me. I'm getting Coliseum lore from playing Gale of Darkness because they're dropping lore that I was able to piece together because they mentioned that the Coliseum exists. And I'm like, this comes from. So that's been cool to get a little bit of that. I don't know how I'm gonna feel motivated to go back and play Coliseum after having played XD first, but we'll see how that goes. But overall, I am invested in the story so far. At the time we're recording this, I met Mirror B, and that was the one theme song I have heard many times before on many Pokemon playlists that I've listened to.
Very good.
So
that is the song.
Is Mirror B's head supposed to be a Voltorb?
It's supposed to be a Pokeball.
Oh
yeah, which I guess is the same thing, kind of. But yeah, he's always had that. In Coliseum, he has a very different look, and technically, I mean, minor spoiler, but you're probably not going to look it up. But Mirabee has two themes. You're hearing his second theme, which is like the more iconic one. But there is another in Coliseum.
Okay, that makes sense. So
yeah, he's just an iconic Pokemon trainer.
I mean, yeah, just moonwalking to you to challenge you to a battle is very iconic.
He's very quirky. And I think that's why. I think he was just so strange and like one of the weirdest characters. It's kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like how I don't know if you ever watched like The Adventures of Gumball or whatever. So it's like Gumball and Darwin have a certain art style. And then Mirror B is like the T-Rex. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just a very different kind of character to me. But yeah, they really experimented with a lot of these villains, I guess. I guess, is Mirror B an anti-hero in XD? I don't know how I would explain him. He's very weird. I don't know. Do you feel villain vibes from Mirror B? What do you feel?
It was so random. I mean, also all the Lombres, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Lombre. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, Lavrina was giving me big villain vibes, but now I'm confused.
She is.
That's right. Never mind. There's like is it Dr. Greevil or just Greevil? There's
Master Greevil.
Oh, Master Greevil. I was like, you've got evil in your name, so surely you're the big bad. Yeah. So they're giving me evil vibes. But now I'm confused if Mirror B, I guess that because
I don't know how I would explain him. So yeah.
Maybe on the next episode we'll clarify this a bit more. But from right now, like I just battled him and I was like, that was an experience, and that was an experience. It was really fun. But yeah, I just also discovered like the purification machine to like passively purify Pokemon. So at first I was very overwhelmed. I was like, what is all this? What is all this stuff I have to do to purify Pokemon? But I'm starting to get the hang of it now, and it's very unique. This is a very unique game for coming out in like 2005.
That's what I was gonna say. This is such a dark take because it's like a lot of mainline Pokemon games. I kind of dub the term solar punk to Pokemon, very like optimist, like all about the environment and like Pokemon are our friends and there's no violence that happens ever. And then the Ori region is like underground Coliseum, everyone's gambling and I don't know, like all this crazy, like there's a Krabby Club in it's just very not adult. I don't know how to explain it, but it's definitely like more mature themes in Coliseum and XD. So it's very interesting. I'm excited for you to play more. There has been some people who have been I've already seen complaints because there's newer people who are playing this game about getting lost often.
I get lost a lot. Actually, it was really embarrassing. In typical like fashion, whenever I play an older game, I'm like, "Where's the door?" And I just like, people were memeing on me because it took me like 40 minutes to get out of the like HQ Pokemon Lab area because I could not find the door that I was like, I have to go in the room and then there's another door that way. Also, do you remember the part in the beginning of the game where like you're playing or your sister's playing hide and seek with some dude?
Yeah.
I walked in the room and didn't notice the guy under the table. And so I'm like, where is he? And my whole chat is like ... And they're like, Steph. And I'm like, what?
He's right there.
They're like, he's right there. I'm already like, my depth perception in this game is terrible.
Very interesting.
But I just think that's a me problem. I mean, I guess it's nice to have navigation, but I didn't know it wasn't just me.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those where it's like, especially Coliseum, unfortunately, it's like, not that you need to have a guide, but it's definitely like, you either know where you're going or you don't. Yeah. And you got to figure it out. There's a lot of backtracking as well, because sometimes the healing isn't like super, super great, right? So it's interesting. I'm curious as to how you progress through the game.
When was the last time you played XD Gale of Darkness? Do you revisit it every so often, or has it been a while?
It's been a while since I visited XD. I'm kind of waiting until my wife plays Coliseum and XD just to revisit it. Like I part of me like doesn't want to touch it. I let my friends and close family like play the game, and I just observe and see how you know, I've been there, done that.
Are you worried that playing it again would change your like childhood memories of it?
Part of me is a little bit. Steph, I want to let you know, I don't think Coliseum will ever change like my opinions on it. And it's just because that's extreme nostalgia bait for me. Extreme. Aww. It's so bad. There is whenever you get to playing Coliseum, literally the intro of Coliseum is etched into my brain forever. And then the first battle that you ever do, the music that you hear, it like that was the moment in my life where I was like, the Pokemon is going to be with me for the rest of my life, like forever. So like it's like it was Gen 3 was very iconic for me. Coliseum was very good. XD I think I could play again. And, I guess I can look at it in a more critical lens, but Coliseum is definitely extreme nostalgia bait and stuff. But I'm glad you're having so much fun with it. I mean, what did you evolve your Eevee into?
Espeon.
Okay, yeah, because I was going to say, there's no Glaceon in this one.
No, there's not. But you know what? That's the lore drop, is that Espeon was my favorite Pokemon before Gen 4. So
okay. So
Espeon was my fave. Yeah. I've loved her. My favorite evolution, so in Gen 1, Flareon was my favorite Pokemon. I loved Flareon. Then it became Espeon. I was like, bye, Flareon. Espeon's the way. And then it was interesting because then once Espeon came out, Espeon always stayed at the top for me. But also, I would then rotate when I would replay through Fire Red or other Gen 1 games. I was like, which evolution from the original 3 do I like the best? I was always like going back and forth between Vaporeon or Flareon. Jolteon I always thought was cool, but just not my aesthetic. So I was like, Jolteon, I respect you, but your movesets like were never as good as I felt like. I thought Flareon and Vaporeon had better movesets than Jolteon. So
I got a big attachment to Umbreon past Coliseum. But I'm happy you got Espeon because she is basically the nuke button in Coliseum and XD. She's broken. Truly the psychic type was broken back in those days. So it was just absolutely busted. I'm actually curious as to what your final team is going to look like at the end of it, because there's some really unique choices. So I'm curious as to what you're gonna have at the end of everything.
I'm already so shocked. I've got a Spheal on my team. I have never played through a game with like Walrein or any of like so many Pokemon now that I've just never chosen them to be on my final squad.
Wow.
I'm usually very specific. Like once I love a Pokemon, I'm like, okay, you're coming on board. So like I like that Gale of Darkness is letting me experience new Pokemon.
Yeah, you're kind of forced to like choose some like off the wall picks. I've loved Walrein literally since Gen 3, and like any chance that there's Walrein in the game, I will try my best to use it in a team. Like I love Walrein. It's really, really strong. So that's super cool. Oh my god. Will you be playing Coliseum depending on how you feel towards the end of it? Or
I think I will. It's gonna be an uphill battle. I want to. I wish they released Coliseum first. Yes. I get that I'm probably in the minority. I think most people picking up this game are people who have probably played Coliseum and XD. Like, I'd be curious on what the stats are to new players picking up these games with NSO versus existing fans now like replaying their beloved games. Like I feel they're probably doing it more for the nostalgia and for the people who've already played this rather than people like me who have like, oh, I just want an excuse to play it for the first time. Like there was probably a little bit of consideration, but for people like me, I wish Coliseum came first because I find it really hard to lose quality of life features in games. Yeah, like that is a struggle point for me. And I know what people have said is that purifying is a little more annoying in Coliseum. So I'm a little scared to like that will like almost like ruin my like opinion of Coliseum, because I'll be like, XD had better quality of life. Like, I'm worried, so I don't know.
I think the stories for both of them are really good, but then again, I do have nostalgia goggles on. I have them on, so I'm gonna give Coliseum the benefit of the doubt. You just reminded me. I might just tell you because it's a 20-year-old game. But basically in Coliseum, in terms of purifying, the Pokemon that helps you with purifying is Celebi. So isn't that interesting how I just put two and two together?
Oh, wait, it was relevant! It was relevant! Hey!
I'll leave you, and I'll leave this episode with actually a couple of fun facts. If you remember the beginning of XD Gale of Darkness, you started with a battle with Salamence versus I don't even know what. But fun fact, the Salamence can be shiny.
What? Really?
So when you start up the game, you could have a shiny Salamence as your rental thing.
For funsies? What?
Yeah. So it could be. So like you could literally just like reset your Coliseum or your XD game and just roll to see if you get the shiny Salamence. Your Eevee can also be shiny.
Oh my god.
So if you wanted to be crazy and rewatch the entire 2-minute Shadow Lugia cutscene, you can get a shiny Eevee if you wanted.
For your playthrough?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
And have you gotten there's a mechanic that has to not deal with shadow Pokemon in the game. It has to deal with something else. I don't okay, you haven't gotten to it yet.
I just unlocked, like, I'm putting cheese on platters. Is that it?
Okay, yes. So those you're basically attracting wild Pokemon. There's certain wild Pokemon. I haven't found
a Pokemon in it yet, but I put cheese on it. That's where I just stopped. I fought Mirror B and then I put cheese where he was standing.
Here you go. like cheese to a mouse or whatever, like Tom and Jerry vibes. Yeah, just throwing that out there. Those shadow Pokemon cannot be shiny in XD, but the wild Pokemon that you attract with the cheese can be shiny, so you have a chance. Granted, it's 1 in 8,000, but
oh lord,
maybe that would be crazy. So just have Pokeballs handy just in case. You never know. But
I learned my lesson. I thought I could go through like the whole one of the areas with 10 Pokeballs. Everyone's like, Steph, go back. And I'm like, okay, I'll have 30 Pokeballs on me at all times.
Yeah, you keep your healing up and keep your Pokeballs up. Yeah. Sometimes the Pokemon centers, like going back and backtrack is kind of annoying. So just having all your healing good and whatever, but have so much fun. Oh, that's just extreme nostalgia game, and I hope y'all had fun watching this episode.
Thanks everyone so much for hanging out. Patreon members, thank you for supporting our show and making it possible. Keep an eye out for some fun shenanigans we'll be posting when this episode comes out. But be any final words from you?
Hope you guys are enjoying Pokemon. This is a fun-filled year of Pokemon. It's gonna be so fun, and keep an eye out for Patreon. Maybe Pokopia, who knows? I don't know.
Bye, everybody!